What's up, mages all over the world? My name is Martin and I'm a Rising Flag from Prague, Czech Republic in Europe. Welcome on this channel. If you're new here, definitely consider subscription. We got a lot of standard decks, a lot of historic decks, even some commander decks. And we got a huge giveaway of Jeweled Lotus foiled extended art. Pretty expensive card, but it's only for subscribers, so it's a lot of value for just clicking subscribe button, which is for free, and you will support this channel and my content, and I will really appreciate it. Thank you for that, and let's find out whether Witherbloom is the strongest college out of Strixhaven's colleges. I think it is, because we got pretty sweet decks with Magecraft, with Prismatic deck, with Lorehold combo, Dragon deck. It's a lot of you can play, but at the end of the day, you can pretty easily destroy it with Yorion Sultai Ultimatum deck or with mono red deck. I mean, I can win against those deck with mono red like 75%, and Strixhaven doesn't matter. When you play Magecraft, you just kill the main parts of the Magecraft board, which is pretty easy with mono red, for example, or you just wipe them out with Extinction Event or Shadow Verdict in Yorion decks. And yeah, it's not as powerful as it could be, because top tier decks are pretty heavily prepared against creature decks, and Strixhaven pretty much served us only creature decks, good creature decks, but top tier decks are prepared for that. But Witherbloom College is something different. Something different, especially because we can be pretty quick with this deck, with good setup, with right setup. We could be winning like in turn 5, for example, and we could end up in a situation where death of our one creature could cause losing 3 or 4 lives to our opponent, maybe even 5, and which means we basically stop them from attacking. And what is important, we got tons of life. We are gaining, which means against, for example, mono red, it's super fun to play because you are destroying all their creatures and you are gaining your lives, and you got pretty much best creatures, which I will find best. This is best. When this creature dies, you gain 1 life, so you can basically even block with 8 pests, for example Annex, and you will kill Annex and you will gain 8 lives. And with Dina, whenever you gain life, each opponent lose life. And the same with Vito, you don't even kill Annex, but you will gain 8 life and they lose 8 life or maybe 16 life. And when you get Bastion of Remembrance, they could lose 24 lives. It means it could be their attack could be dead of the opponent, which means they cannot attack. And in case when you got to situation when they cannot attack, you just use your Plumb as an additional cost to cast this spell. You may sacrifice 1 or more creature. When you do, copy this spell for each creature, sacrifice this way, and you draw a card and you lose 1 life, which means when I play for 2 Plumb the Forbidden and sacrifice, for example, 7 pests, I will copy Plumb 7 more times, which means 8 Plumb of Forbidden, which means I draw 8 cards. At the end of the stack, I will lose 8 life, but when I kill 8 or 7 pests, I gain 7 life. When I gain 7 life, opponent lose that much life from Vito, from Bastion, for Dina. And then I even could have Witherbloom Apprentice, and when I copy 7 times the plum, which means 8 spells on the stack. It's 8 more life losing and gaining, and when I'm gaining life, again, Vito or Dina would roller coaster this avalanche, and it could be so huge, so a huge amount of damage or life losing, which is great because you cannot prevent life losing. It's not a damage, it's life losing. So absolutely amazing, especially for historic. In standard it's not a big deal, but you still can prevent some damage in standard, but not in this deck. And we got some support. We can play Jegantha as a companion, and we can of course Village Rites for draw cards. We got Flyer, which when Eyetwitch dies, we learn. That's why we got some lessons here. We got Hunt for Specimen. We got Hunt, just Hunt. We create 1/1 black green pests, and we learn again. We got some lessons here. We were talking about it, and we got Witch, which is pretty sweet card, and one of our main piece of this deck. It's Menace, Ward, pay 3 life. It means it's a little bit of protection against some spells when you target the witch with some spells. You have to pay 3 life, otherwise it's gonna be countered. And with Magecraft, it's creating more pests. So for example, when you got 2 witches on the board, and when you play one of your lessons where you are creating 2 pests, you create 2 more pests from witches, and then you can plumb it for 4, and then Avalanche will start because of your mages and Vito and Bastions of Remembrance, as we talk about. We got pretty sweet land, we got untapped jewel land when you got swamp or forest in your hand, and that's it. That's the deck. It's super powerful, super consistent. Why it's consistent? Because you go wide and you gain ton of life, and you make your opponent stop attacking, not playing spells, and hopefully waiting for counter your plumb because it's devastating. And at the end you are in a situation when all you need to do is attack, because when they don't block, they dead. When they do block, they're dead too, because of whole life losing strategy and gaining. So this is it. Just one more blink for my biggest fan. He will know who it is, and yeah, let's do this. Let's play. All right. We got what we need. You can grow pretty fast. With 4 lands open, I feel some shenanigans in the air. More creatures to sacrifice. Gargarot. All right. Resolve. I'll let you go. Let's plug Gargarot and see what's gonna happen. Probably some fighting spell. I got 1 life. And second Gargarot. I got token for free, so why not to draw cards? Another land. More tokens. More tokens. Right. No attack. With all those prompts. Do I want to lose all those tokens? Probably not. All right. So there will be a lot of lives. But I still can block at least Gargarot. Another draw card effect. So, what we will do, block like this. And it was enough. I would use Plumb and with Vito and Mage on the board. Pretty sweet. We got no green source, but we got plenty ways to start our game, so definitely keep this hand. We need only one green source. And here it is. And we start to work on their life total, since red does not heal well. Yeah, you should save your shock for the witch, but maybe you got another one, or Bone Crusher, or that. No block. Why would I block? Great. Let's build army. Let's kill your robber. Do not steal my things. Let's attack. Working on their life total. Alright. And alright. No Embercleave. Block like this. Get some lives. And create more beasts. Working on their life total. You can throw your Embercleave or Thorn. It's a 3 life. It's okay, because I will kill Thorn, and that's probably Scoop. No. More creatures, and then it's Scoop. Wow, it's so powerful deck. So powerful deck. Lurus. It's gonna be interesting match against rogues on play. Yeah, I got more lands. You can see that. You will go through. Since I got no cards in graveyard, probably no 2-mana counter spells for creature, except Drowning Lock, but you need to have cards in graveyard to be able to counter it or destroy. Oh, Bastion is something what I needed. Never mind. 2, so I want to play 3-drop. And that's probably you. Well, now you can drown. Typical game. Let's work on their life total. Since I got no intention to block. But hey, one drown down. Rogues usually got 2 of them. Because hey, the deck got only 60 cards. Why not to give you 2 counterspell out of 4? But I will sincerely apologize to my opponent if he has, for example, Mystical Dispute. Then it's okay. So far, only rogues. Yeah, some triggers. For the plump. For the plump. Bastion would be great to develop our board. That's probably something I should play. Get life. Need to save my life total. Alright. You are legendary. So, yeah. Let's do it next turn. It's gonna be all right. I got what I need, but I need 2 turns and no removal. Yeah, I will maybe not have enough cards for 2 turns. Apparently all creatures of the deck arrived. Vito would be great too. "21 cards. All right. Now I'm pretty much set up, and it's question whether you can mill my 20 cards. Can you do it? Can you do it? Because it's when I play, for example, Village Rites, it's 1 life for you, I gain life, which means 1 life for you, I gain life, which means 1 life for you and 1 life for you. Which means it's 4 lives, and when I destroy you, it's 5 lives. And when I'm copy that, you have to, oh yeah, you have to mill me, which you probably do. Fuck. Yeah, all the creatures. Never mind, we got our win here next turn, but they got 3 crabs. And that's crap. But you could see that we would win because 1 destroying of our little pest would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lives for 1 creature. They even couldn't attack because they would be die just for blocking. So their only chance was mill 20 cards, which is pretty hard even for rogues. But when you got all the creatures and 3 ruin crabs and Fable Passage, then it's pretty much everything you need. And we are back with our deck. So you saw it for yourself. We demolished some blue-green ramp with full hand of Gargarots because we just got a huge army, so we can deal with it pretty easily. We demolished mono red, which is pretty popular in standard meta because it's fast and it's beginning of the season. And then we made rogues, where we were a little bit unlucky, but hey, not every day they got a whole dare creature of the decks and no other spells. Yeah, 3 crabs milled 20 cards of our deck in 1 turn, and that's why we lost. But 1 more turn and we would win pretty easily, even against rogues. What's pretty sweet about Plumb, that you are copying that, so even if they got drowning in a lock, they would have to have, for example, 8 drowns, because the stack of copying the spell happen even if you counter the first one, which is questionable, but yeah, it's pretty much counter-proof spell when you're copying that. I didn't talk much about sideboarding or wishboard, so we got creating pest. That was something I was showing to you at the intro, but we got Necrotic Fumes as additional cost to cast this spell. Exile a creature you control. It's okay because we can exile target creature on Planeswalker. It's great against Annex or all those huge threats. And we got Containment Breach. Destroy target artifact or enchantment if its mana value is 2 or less. Create 1/1 black and green pest creature token when this creature dies. Creating more pests, and even, for example, killing Embercleave, or when I'm playing against Cruel, it could be Great Henge and all those huge artifact or enchantments like Shard Typhoon. So this was the deck. Pretty sweet. Definitely consider subscription, as I was talking about in the intro. We got a lot of things going around on this channel, and it could be pretty sweet for you, and as I mentioned, it's a free way how to support my channel and my work. We are growing slowly but consistently. I thank you for that very much, and let's grow more. Have a magical day or night, whatever, and see you at the next time. Bye bye.